Okay, I'd like to introduce you to rearranging formulas when the subject and other terms are fractions. And I want to make P the subject of this formula. What we need to do is get all of the denominators off of the bottom by cross multiplying them. Okay, we're going to start with P. Now this may seem complex to begin with, but it isn't. Any numerator multiplied by its denominator will equal the numerator, as evidenced here. A half multiplied by 2, which is of course the denominator, equals 1, the numerator. 1/3 times 3 equals 1. Okay? And if you did that with a quarter and multiply it by 4, it would be 1 as well. Okay? So, we're going to multiply everything in this formula by P. P, 1 over P times P would equal 1. Okay? P times 1 over Q would be P 1 over Q. And P multiplied by 1 over R would equal P 1 over R. We then need to do this with Q and R. But let's just do it with Q to begin with. Okay? So, Q multiplied by 1 is 1Q. P 1 over Q multiplied by Q would be P 1 or 1P. And P 1 over R multiplied by Q would be Q P 1 over R. We then need to do this finally with R as well. Okay? So what we'll have is R times 1Q will be 1QR. 1P times R would be 1PR. And 1 over R multiplied by R, QP 1 over R multiplied by R would be QP, 1QP. Now in algebra, what we need to do, we know that we don't really need these ones here, okay? They're in fact redundant. So the terms become QR equals PR plus QP. Now what we need to do, we need to factorise this side of the equation so we can isolate the P. So what this becomes is QR equals, so I'm just going to adjust this so you can move it, QR equals P brackets R plus Q. And then finally we need to move all the non-subject terms to one side. Now there's two ways of thinking about this, okay? If you move this bracketed form here of R plus Q, it will invert its status. It will change from a multiplication because P brackets R plus Q is equivalent to P times R plus Q. We just don't put that in there. Okay, we know that anything inside a bracket is multiplied by anything outside of a bracket. So when we move this to this side of the equation, it will equal to QR over, that means divided by, R plus Q, and that will equal P. And then finally we put P on the left. P equals QR over R plus Q, and that is your answer.